Welcome everyone to my Marvel Avengers beta impression. Now, this is a game that I've been looking forward to for a very long time and had the opportunity to play it for the beta for the PS4, as I did pre-order it. And as such, I am going to tell you now how this beta
Never meet your heroes.
was like. So, at the very beginning of the beta, we start out with A-Day. Now, I know a lot of you have seen A-Day from the demos and all that previously. Though,
awesome.
admittedly, I had not gotten a chance to play this game until the beta. And so, it took a little while for me to actually get the control of Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, Black Widow, and Thor. Gotta admit, I endured Thor a lot more than I thought I would. But that swinging of the hammer was, let's just say, a very nice feeling when it hit the enemies. So as you see, it is the same A-Day event with the Golden Gate Bridge and the Taskmaster fight at the very end.
Remember anyone being there?
Now, as we continued through the beta, from A-Day, you walk alongside Kamala Khan as she is now grown up. A little bit of a time skip, and you are playing as Bruce Banner. Now we're in the forest, and these... Let me say this. AIM, Advanced Idea Mechanics, you'd think they'd be smarter than to shoot at the Hulk. That's all I'm saying. But the cutscene pursues. The Hulk transforms and he is ready to smash and bash. And let me tell you, it is a lot of fun to play with the Hulk. The game runs really smoothly. I didn't suffer any issues when it came to the PS4. A lot of combos to check out. You can even pause to look and see your own little combos. But as you can see, no one messes with the Hulk. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the costumes as well in the future. But as you can see, we make it through the forest to an old facility of Stark's, of which case we end up seeing more AIM as they have taken over the abandoned location. And we just keep beating them up, infiltrating as we do, destroying keepers, destroying all that, all the machinery. We get further in until we reach the main core of the location, where you see some of the experiments that AIM has been running from behind the scenes. A few locations here and there, but most definitely some smashable surfaces for sure. And you can see as it's all wonderfully rendered and just a lot of fun to play in general. But after Hulk, we get to play a little bit of Kamala Khan, which we have confirmed from that little cutscene that she indeed has her powers. I thought so due to the intro of the game showing Kamala being exposed to the Terrigen gas. And here we get to see a few more implementations of the game. You have to activate three switches, and each one attracts enemies, and you gotta each handle it on your own. Now I definitely recommend not hitting all the switches all at once, because each switch kind of triggers more enemies to appear, and they can easily overwhelm you. But still, even when I had little room to move about in this particular level as Kamala, we get to see a little bit of her mechanics and embiggening and that. Gotta say, she is a little bit on the small side when it comes to embiggening, I have to admit, especially with the much larger enemies. They don't make her look as big or as imposing, as threatening, as intimidating. But as you continue, you get to see some of the old archives of Stark, as Kamala has found a few of the few memorabilias, let's just say, and she likes to make a few comments. I've definitely enjoyed her commentary, and I love the banter that she has between herself and Bruce Banner, as well as the Hulk. But this mission in particular is to hunt down Jarvis, which we do find. And let me just say, I expected a little bit more than just a little motherboard. Or I'm not great with the naming of that.
Jarvis.
I expected a little bit more, let's just say that. But as we found Jarvis, we bump into Abomination.
What you got there?
And his voice is a lot different than what I expected. Same with Taskmaster, to be
Why
fair.
don't you let me have that?
The villains are interesting when it comes to their voices. I am enjoying them though. Taskmaster threw me off a little bit because he did come off across a little yelly, if that makes sense. But lo and behold, the Hulk came in to save the day, to help Kamala as she had Jarvis in her possession. And right off the back, Abomination is a lot larger than the Hulk. And we are surrounded by the electric generators, ones that you can use to your advantage. But for the most part, you just gotta keep pounding and hit and run tactics. Again, I was still getting used to the controls, so the footage that you are seeing is of my run. And it could be better, to be fair. But as you see, the more you just practice with it, the more you can learn how to just play the game. And as you can see, just throwing obstacles just allowed me to get some distance when I need to. And I love this scene in particular when Hulk is dealing with Abomination. He just grabs this electric generator and... well... I honestly, I know it's Abomination, but oh my gosh, is Hulk brutal. He's not even done. So yeah, these cutscenes are beautiful to watch once you've beaten the boss. Abomination, not that difficult, to be fair. Honestly, I had a little bit more difficulty with the Taskmaster. But yeah, that's their little bonding moment with Kamala and the Hulk. So far you had to play them separately and no assistance.
Dead?
But that all changes once you get back to the helicarrier and you get a chance to play with the war table. One of the first missions you do is to locate S.H.I.E.L.D. or one of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s little bunkers to help Jarvis with an inkling, I believe it was, as Jarvis isn't fully complete. He's unable to access the entire network. And there's a few little banters between Jarvis, Kamala, and Hulk as well, which I enjoyed tremendously. And it's nice to see Nick Fury and Maria Hill and some others as well. I like the slight new design of the logo, though I still am a fan of the original. But yeah, we get a little bit more story, and if anything, this game has got me incredibly intrigued of how the story is gonna go, because they throw a lot of bad guys to you, and as you go throughout the war table, it's mission this, mission that, but it's that story element that's sprinkled across the game. So here, in another war table element, is a rule of three, and essentially, you gotta essentially block the hacking of AIM as they're trying to shut down their servers, so that you don't get access to their system. Now, what you just saw there is an example of something that I have a little critique on, which is the fact that you can go down, and even with all your team members, which are AIs in my case, even if they're all really healthy, you can go down, and I don't know if this is like random or not, the chances, but you get downed, and there are times where you can't even recover, and you're immediately brought back to the beginning, which is kind of frustrating. I'd prefer if there's like a maximum times you get to go down. There probably is, like once or twice, but like here I'm downed, and I get revived by how should I say this? By the AI, the AI helping me, my team essentially. But there are times where that doesn't happen at all. I've had it So I've had the cases where I've gone down once and that was it. And then it does have checkpoints, to be fair, but they are a little bit sparse, and you gotta do like this entire room from this one other place where you have to destroy all the generators. They can be really tricky. Something to note is when it comes to these generators or other things like that that you need to destroy, and there's plenty of them, my tip is to destroy them one at a time and then deal with the enemies, because if you do them all at once, again, the enemies can easily overrun you, which is another reason why the revive system, I think, you know, should let you revive as much. But here now, finally, are the harm rooms. This is one I definitely recommend you do right off the bat once you unlock each hero. Obviously, at the end of the war table, you gain access to the harm rooms, but in the game, I'd imagine you'd get access to that first, or at least I hope you do. It is a brilliant way to level up your heroes for sure, and I definitely recommend doing that first, because I don't. It could just be me, but I didn't see any of my ally heroes that were being controlled by the AI leveling up at all. So they always like remained on level 1. But in the harm rooms, I was at least able to level my one up. But again, I don't see the other characters leveling up, and I hope that's not the actual case. But if it is, then that's also a small critique, because, you know, I've seen that you can get up to like, you can go up to like level 50 from what I've heard. And if that's the case, that's a lot of time being spent. And if you're bringing your own heroes, you'd want them to at least level up a little bit, or at least gain enough experience. Again, I could be wrong, and they may actually be earning a lot of experience, but again, the harm rooms get more difficult as you progress each challenge, and it's better that way, because with each hero that you're not playing, and you're playing them in the hard room, you can level them up that much easier, and I would definitely recommend it. Now, during the harm room, I stumbled upon this little... I'm not sure to say if it's a glitch or not, and by that I mean like if it's a glitch in-game or just a glitch of the game, because it's just a hand. I'm not sure if it was from an enemy that went flying, or if it's implying that there is someone trapped in the harm room virtual reality itself. That's my theory anyway. I'm hoping it's the latter, because that would actually be really cool, especially since Jarvis makes a quote saying that there is like 0.0001% chance of harm, and I'd like to believe that harm is coming from a potential individual or character that's trapped in the harm rooms, and the more you level up, the more of those like body part glitches that you can see, until you can discover that there's someone in there, and that would be like the final challenge of the harm room, is to prevent this particular character to get out. I'm not sure if that will be the case. Again, it could just be that. But overall, this game has been playing really well. I didn't have any, other than those little complaints. I honestly had a blast with this game, and I look forward to seeing the full game in September. That's all from my impressions. Definitely had a lot of fun with the PS4 version of the game. And that's all from me. So, talk to you next time. Ciao!